only one episode away now. Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we're here with my blind reaction to One Piece, episode 1099. Yes, we are only one episode away from episode 1100. Like, just think about that. It feels like it was just yesterday that we got to episode 1000, and now we're 100 episodes after that. That is insane. Like, I think I talked about this before, but logistically, like, logically speaking, I know that it's been a while since episode 1000. Like, I know that we've taken time between then. But just for some reason, my mind is not computing that it's been that long. And it's just, it's so wild to me that we're now on the cusp of episode 1100. And interestingly enough, because we're having this spring break this week, this means that upon coming back from spring break next Monday, we're going straight into returning with One Piece episode 1100, and that's extra cool. That's like extra fun. I love that is gonna be the first video we're coming back to after this spring break. So yeah, Lucci and CP Aegis Zero are coming to the island to kidnap Vegapunk. The Vegapunks are trying to deny them entry, but we know they're coming anyway. And this is going to be really interesting, because Lucci has had a couple of appearances since Eni's Lobby, but we haven't really seen him, like, get in on the action. It's going to be interesting to see how much stronger he's gotten, especially with his leopard fruit, or whatever it's called. I think it's cat fruit model leopard. I think that's what it is. It's going to be interesting to see how much stronger he's gotten with that. And just in general to see, like, how he stands up to maybe even some other characters. I love last time how we see, like, Frankie get angry about him because we know the history there. We see Robin get concerned and Sanji offering to protect her, which is actually a sweet moment for Sanji, because it wasn't like out of like his, simping for her that he was offering. It was genuine in that moment, because he understands that is a really bad memory for Robin, and that it was during a time where Robin was kind of at her lowest, where she wanted to die and everything. So yeah, he's pretty protective of her, like in a genuine, pretty sweet way there. And that's the kind of Sanji I really like to see. Not the... I'm even fine with him simping, but it's when he gets creepy and weird that it just goes too far. But we see how everyone reacts, and nobody's happy about this. The only two who weren't there at that time, in terms of the crew, which are Brook and Jinbei, they're not even, they weren't even in the room when that was mentioned. Brook is still on the ship with Zoro, and Jinbei is with Luffy at the moment. Those two don't really know who Lucci... Well, they might have heard about it. Dumb dog. Jinbei is very knowledgeable, so he might know who Lucci is anyway. But then again, maybe not, because CP9 was always meant to be super secretive. They weren't, like, universally known. And I don't know, is CP Aegis Zero secretive too, in that regard? Because they seem to, like, announce themselves whenever they show up somewhere, so I'm not actually sure about that. But either way, it's possible Jinbei still might know something, because Jinbei is, again, very knowledgeable about things, and he's known a lot more than you would think. So, yeah, I'm very curious to see where this continues to go. Are we going to be able to get Vegapunk to safety? I guess we'll have to see. The world government wants him dead now, so that's a thing. You know, just murk off your biggest scientific asset. Why the fuck not? The world government, everybody. Either way, let us get this going and see what's in store. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, this is definitely leading into a fight. Luffy and Lucci are absolutely gonna come to a head here. Stussy and Kaku are saying, like, oh, we can't fight him, he's an emperor, we don't have permission to fight him. It could start a war because of allies and stuff. And Lucci's like, yeah, I know that, but I kind of want to fight him. And it makes sense, because Lucci, you know, lost to him before. He kind of wants, you know, revenge, in a way. I think it's also down to his pride and everything. He feels maybe a little embarrassed that Luffy beat him. I definitely want to see this fight, though. And we could tell Luffy's going to attack him, so he's going to have no choice. Meanwhile, the Vegapunks are getting the Seraphim ready to fight. And we know that Sentomaru is going to be here as well. Apparently working with Vegapunk, though, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, so although Luffy and them were trying to get up to help Vegapunk escape, now that looks like that plan's going to be in a little bit of trouble. It's going to be really cool, though, to see how this goes from here. I'm definitely excited for these fights, and I think there's going to be a lot of, like, really intense hype moments to come. But I don't know why I didn't think of it, but it does make a lot of sense that CP0 would also attack the clones, because they are Vegapunk too. They may be robotic clones, but they are absolutely still Vegapunk. That's been made clear, and so it's like, yeah, they are also the target, technically speaking. Yeah, of course, his main body is the main focus target, but all of them still are. Which means there's a lot of trouble. Now, they did say Atlas is still alive, so I'm assuming she's knocked out and just, you know, not in the best of condition right now because of that. But she is still alive, and that is very, you know, nice to know. Because she is my favorite of the Vegapunks, if I'm being completely honest. She's adorable. She's funny. And I really dig her design. It's super cute. And Bonnie's just, you know, completely out of it during all this. Who knows how she would react to Esper at this point. But it's going to be interesting, too, because if Luffy starts fighting against Lucci, what's going to happen with Kaku and Stussy? Who are they going to fight? Because Jinbei and Chopper are both there, but, you know, are they going to actually fight when, you know, Bonnie's out of commission? Because Jinbei's, you know, protecting her and carrying her right now. I don't know, unless some of the others come down, but they're all up with the Vegapunks at the moment in the control room. I don't know. I mean, maybe the Seraphim will get there in time. It's definitely going to be very interesting to see. I like, though, the little moment where Luffy's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, this is a government island. And Luffy's like, oh, yeah, we're the people who shouldn't be here. It's like, yeah, true. That is just entirely accurate. But it's kind of funny because it's something it's like you just didn't really think about before. And Luffy definitely didn't. But it's like, yeah. But at the same time, even though it is a government island, it's unquestionable that CP0 still invaded it. They were denied entry and they came in anyway. That's unquestionably like invasion. And I know that they were sent here by the Celestial Dragons because that's the only people they take orders from. But still, the fact is, even though they have permission by the Celestial Dragons and they're sent there for the express purpose of killing Vegapunk, the fact remains that they still invaded the island. So technically speaking, they aren't supposed to be there either, even though they are government officials. And like I said in the reaction, I watch Alicia X Life's reactions to One Piece, and she's currently in Water 7 leading into Enies lobby. And so it's like the stuff with Lucci and CP9 and everything is very fresh on my mind. So it's just like really good timing with that. That this is that while I'm watching that with her reactions is when this part in the current anime like starts and everything. Um I just really like that, you know. I'm very excited to see how how all of these fights, I guess, go down. Uh, Kaku, I want to talk about as well, though, real quick, because it's like Kaku was always like kind of nicer and friendlier and a little more open to things, but like I don't remember him being this kind of goofy. Like as of where I'm at with those reactions, like we haven't actually reached Eni's lobby yet, but even there, it's like, yeah, he was a little goofy, especially about the draft stuff. But he wasn't this like silly. Like he's like fanboying around the place at all of futuristic stuff, quote unquote futuristic. And then he's like, "Oh, it's like a space monster. I want to fight it." It's like, my dude, why have you devolved into a child suddenly? It's like he's turned into like a 13-year-old boy, super excited about space monsters and fighting all that kind of like unknown kind of stuff. It's like, where did this come from? I guess just given the circumstances of the situation during Water 70's lobby, he never had a chance to show this side of him, maybe, you could argue. Now, I'm curious to why Stussy knows so much about Egghead. Because Stussy knows seemingly everything. She knows about the clones. She knows about the security system barrier, about the hologram. She knows about seemingly everything. So, why? I assume she's been here before. I mean, I have to assume she called it nostalgic. I don't know. I can't even guess, honestly. I can't even think of a guess as to why she would be here. Or why she would have been here before. I mean, I can assume it maybe be a government operation, but I don't know. I guess maybe we'll find out. So there's that. Um, but yeah, again, I'm very interested to see where this all goes and what happens next time as we go into episode 1100. I'm still like shocked that we're there somehow. But yeah, that comes next week. So thank you all so much for tuning in. And just a reminder, the rest of this week, Tuesday through Sunday, will all be spring break. We will not be uploading or recording anything. It'll be spring break and we're just taking the week off to refresh and be ready for more. So thank you all so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.